Bowyer and Jim Holley with Race Day Live. This is the official post-race show from Round 8 in the Georgia Dome. Jim Holley, what a night of racing. Let's start off in that 250 class.
Yeah, that 250, Shane McGrath, picks up $1,000 from Supercross Live and then goes off the track, makes a mistake himself, and hands the lead over to Martin Davalos, and he knew what to do with that lead, man. He rode a brilliant race. Man in second place, Malcolm Stewart had a little bit of a hiccup, kind of making some bobbles, but then he ran into Shane McElrath, who was almost a lap down. They were lapping him, and Shane had crashed, and Malcolm runs into the back of him. But another guy who finished up third on that Yamaha, Aaron Plessinger, I mean, he came from the back of the pack. He didn't get a good start. Him and Alex Martin, they ended up third and fourth, but not a bad night for the Yamaha boys, and it's okay. Malcolm Stewart was just really beside himself up on the podium that he got second, but the first win for Husqvarna and the first win for his mechanic also, Jeb.
How about that? Husqvarna begins the 450 class with the win. They begin the 250 East with the win. Congratulations to them. At halftime, we had a little bit of an awesome thing happen. It was the NASCAR Hole Shot Challenge presented by Oakley. We had 4 Cup drivers. They did an actual hole shot, and one of the guys ended up in the wall. That was my brother, but it was a big success. The crowd cheered. Set the stage for the awesome 450 main event, a slugfest.
Well, wait a minute now. You're giving your brother. How about my boy Greg Biffle, man? I had Biffle coming out of that gate there. He missed a shift, though, going down.
He came out of there like a rocket.
Yeah, but Clint wanted it, though, boy. He ran it in so deep, man. I think he could have hole shot that 450 main that Pacey went into that first turn.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was a big project of mine, and a lot of help from a lot of sponsors, and a lot of the OEMs chipped in, a lot of dealerships. Thank you guys for making that happen. But what a 450 main. Marvin Muskin was this close to completing his masterpiece.
Yeah, he had 19 and a half laps, just that half a lap to go, and they were lapping James Stewart, and they got the blue flag, and James, I don't know. It was one of those things where James is still out there racing. Maybe he didn't know those guys were behind him or whatever. But Marvin had to change his line to get around James and came up a little sideways and almost crashed into Dungey. But what do you say about Dungey? Another win, 5 now already. Eight rounds in the book. He's got 5 of them in 3 seconds. And Kenny Roczen struggled tonight, so he got a big point lead now on Kenny Roczen there, and the man who finished up in that third spot,
Chad Reed.
What do you say about him? I mean, in the podium interview, you got to make sure you check it out on our website. But Chad said, "Hey, man, I did a lot of soul searching this week. That 12th, I wasn't happy with it, and all the people behind me and stuff. And this was a good win for Chad Reed and Yamaha and all the people behind there. But Chad Reed finishes up third, and looks like his momentum's starting to swing towards the positive side."
Right, and that's a wrap from Atlanta. The boys are heading to Daytona, but Jim and I will see you in Toronto.